in a minute if we can find that we're actually streaming. Okay, guys, we're not sure if we're streaming each time you're getting us or not. So,
okay, see, you can't read it there.
Hello from Deep South Homestead. Let's see if people find us. If they do, I'll fix this and fix that.
But it says we're live.
Okay, now we're live.
There, everybody's going, phew. Okay.
I don't know where you guys were at. I don't know where we were at.
We're going to do a pop-out where we can get this thing rolling.
Sorry about that, guys. We have been trying to find ourselves.
We hate YouTube's new system.
Just saying. So,
okay.
If y'all been listening to us throw temper tantrums at YouTube for 10 minutes. Okay, hello everybody from Deep South Homestead.
Yes, I am Danny, this is Wanda, and we are about to pull our hair out with YouTube.
Yeah.
They changed everything on us.
I don't know how we found us, but we found us all of a sudden. So.
Okay.
Okay, so they're saying I was worried you weren't there. Better. Well, we've been here for 10
minutes trying to figure out how to make this thing work. It's a new system.
YouTube is crazy. They're making us learn some new. It's not the classic studio. It's some new beta studio, something or other.
Crossmania says we'll have to message later. They must know how to do it.
Oh, they may be coming tomorrow.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, we should be here.
Yeah.
So, guys, we got to rethink what we were even going to say.
I'm at a total loss now because I had everything laid out, and all of a sudden it's just like it's gone. We got so frustrated.
Yeah, we may have to go a little longer because we were just kind of weirded out, but
okay.
Let's see.
Now, will any of our pictures still work?
I hope so.
Since we went through this roundabout way.
Oh, show them my greenhouse stuff.
This is the latest thing. We're talking about.
We're going to be talking about a lot of things.
A lot of things tonight, mainly off-grid life and growing things and the greenhouse life, different things like that.
The whole 9 yards, but we'll talk about off-grid living in just a little bit. Yeah, the title says off-grid living. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but we're going to talk about my prettiness from the greenhouse today.
Okay. Look at here, guys. This is out of the greenhouse. Miss Wanda was so proud of what she found.
Yes, it turned on the plant.
It actually, you didn't have to cut it off. Hold on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That thing, I'm talking about.
It's not real big, but
it's had the whole greenhouse. Tell me that.
Oh, it smelled like a pineapple. And you walked into the greenhouse and it smelled like a pineapple. I wish I had smell-o-vision, but you have look-o-vision.
You can see, and I'm gonna tell you what. Here we go.
Look.
Look at here.
Look. It's not real big, but it stayed on the vine or the plant.
It ripened on the plant.
It ripened, and look how pretty. We have a whole new plant to start. Danny will take this off and restart the new plant. So we have, 3 or 4 that we've started this way in the last couple of years.
We can't let it lay there long. That thing.
We're going to be eating pineapple. We could go in the kitchen and slice it up, but then we'd have to deal with YouTube weirdness trying to find us again.
We would.
But maybe tomorrow we'll eat a pineapple.
It's got the whole room smelling like pineapple.
How do you know when the pineapple's ripe?
It looks like this. Wanda went out there and just grabbed it.
And it
just fell right off. I mean, it was ready.
Show them the bottom.
See the bottom? It just fell right off.
Now, the first pineapple that we got wasn't ready, but we thought we were having a cold spell.
Well, we thought it was going to freeze.
Yeah, we thought it was going to freeze a couple of years ago, and we had just had our first gathering. We had people here at our house, and it was about pretty close to midnight.
About midnight, the temperature was going to drop below freezing.
And Danny went out and had to cut that one off.
I did, yeah.
So if it's ripe, it should just come off if you leave it on the vine. So,
yeah, if you can let it go that long.
So we're really glad that happened.
But we have lots of things. Everybody always says they feel bad about our gardens and everything. I mean, our gardens are not up to par, say, but they're doing okay.
They're doing really pretty good.
We're going to show you this. Look at this. You know what this is? And I know a lot of you gonna go, yeah, it's corn.
It's popcorn.
But it's popcorn. We actually have popcorn trying to grow right now.
Yeah. Somebody wants you to tell how to do the pineapple in a minute. You want to do that right quick? Show how you. We've got a video on.
I have a video on YouTube about it, but a lot of people. Let me put this thing up here where I can see it. A lot of people. Let's do it like this here.
You're not cutting my pineapple, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
He's gonna. We'd have juiciness.
We have a knife on live show.
See, Two Family remembers pineapple at midnight.
Okay. A lot of people take a knife and they cut it off like way down here, and they put the whole thing in a pot. Nope. Actually, that's not the correct way to do it. It's okay to cut it. I cut mine like right under the top of the leaves right here. And after you cut it, you take this thing, and for the first inch or so up it, you peel all these bottom leaves off of it until you expose the white part of it about an inch. And then you take the very bottom of it, you take your knife, and you start shaving it off until you see these little tiny black dots all the way around it. That's the future roots of this plant. Then you take it and you stick it over in a pint jar of water, leave it sitting in the window. Never change the water.
Just let the water touch it.
Let the water touch it, maybe a half an inch up on it. Check it daily so that it doesn't get below it. Never change the water. The water may look green or start turning algae looking at it. That's perfectly fine. Just leave the water in it. Just add a little bit every day to make sure it stays at the same level on this. And in probably about 2 weeks,
you should start seeing
you'll start seeing new roots forming on it. And don't take it out right then. Let it grow a good patch of roots on it, and then take it out and put it in some moist soil, and it should do fine.
Yeah, and Two Family said they grew 2 in Ohio after seeing ours.
Yeah.
The first one that Danny cut that night was a huge pineapple. I mean, Two Family can tell you it was a giant pineapple. It was awesome.
It was a big pineapple.
But it wasn't ready. It was still kind of green, and we thought it was going to freeze. And we brought it in and babied that thing on the counter for, 2 weeks or better before it turned?
Yeah.
Around 2 weeks. And when we cut it, that was the most awesome tasting pineapple ever. And we had 2 small ones last year, I believe. We had 2 the first year, 2 last year, and we had 3 or 4, but they were all small this year.
Yeah, somebody's asking how long does it take to grow a pineapple? Anywhere between 2 and 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, if you live in a tropical climate, you could probably do it in 2 years, but like we do, most of our plants are between 3 and 4 years old.
How long did it take to get that large? This one started...
It started in the spring.
Yeah, but usually if they're well fertilized, and the ones that we grew outside in our yard got to be huge. In about, 5 months?
About 5 months.
4 to 5 months?
4 to 5 months, yeah. Somewhere in that area, yeah. Okay.
Stringfield Ridge, a lot of people are getting their notifications turned off. I would advise you to check all your favorite YouTube channels, and if you're not getting the notifications or you've lost your subscription, resubscribe.
Yeah.
Just one of those things that YouTube's doing right now.
Georgia Garden Girl says our Danny corn is ready, and it was so good.
Yeah.
My daughter is in here. Hey, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Good to see you in. Anyway, we grew some popcorn, and we also have some of this here. Whoa, come back here. There we go. This is our Hoss Tool okra. We got this from Hoss Tool. This is called Jambalaya Okra. The plants are literally loaded.
Yeah, I mean, you see that one plant, how many blooms were on it. Now the little pods are starting. And that's just right in the top. So we're getting a little okra every day from it.
We are beginning to get okra. Actually, okra is just now starting to bear.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Okra usually bears early in the year. Now it's just now starting. Then we have the
Star of David.
This is the Star of
something while you're talking.
This is the Star of David okra. It looks a whole lot different than the Jambalaya okra does. Just to restore the chat.
I'll fix it. Just keep talking. I bumped something.
It is
stuff.
It's a lot larger in diameter. It can get up to an inch and a quarter in diameter, but you don't want to let it get you don't want to let it get real long, because if you let it get real long, then it gets real tough and hard. But in my opinion, this is some of the best frying okra that you will ever get.
Yeah. Okay, so what else we got in the, let's get our,
Let's see, we have any more?
I'm looking, okay, so yesterday late, we usually don't pick late in the evening.
Yeah, we
but
usually
we've been
do not
busy.
pick late in the evening.
So late yesterday, we knew our butter peas could be picked late, shelled, and then canned the next day. Because that's something that you can put in the fridge and it'll do overnight. So we went and picked butter peas. It was Danny and Amanda and I picked the butter peas. We had 2 5-gallon buckets.
2 5-gallon buckets of butter peas picked yesterday.
If y'all don't believe that's a lot, you should have been up shelling with us last night.
We stayed up till what, 10:30 or?
It was at least 10 to 10:30.
10 to 10:30 shelling butter peas, yeah.
And
Jennifer, Country Homestead Preacher, them says they got 19 Cherokee tan pumpkins so far from the seeds.
A lot of people. How many did you say House Tools got?
House Tools said they had up to 60, I think. I think around 60 something so far.
Yeah. Okay, these are the butter peas I put up today. I put up 17 pints of butter peas, which was awesome. So I'm not sure altogether how many pints we've got, but this is the 3rd time we've picked, I believe. And then let me show them what I did for supper. Squash puppies, guys. Some of you. So squash puppies, that's what we had for supper. I'm just kind of running through some of that.
Okay, Albany Mountain's asking, Danny, how do you train Hank to leave small livestock alone? Well, we have a shock collar.
Which needs to go back on him sometime soon if he don't behave.
Yeah, he's getting where we have baby turkeys and they go through the wire and get out in the yard, and Hank he doesn't mean any harm. He just wants to play with them.
Yeah, and he don't like the big turkey. He goes after the big turkey.
Yeah, he goes after the big turkey, but we haven't had the shock collar on him now for probably 6 or 8 months, and I think he's forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had to get on to him because he wants to chase the big turkey and he wants to play, but the big turkey don't think he wants to play.
Yeah, the big turkey doesn't know he wants to play.
And the little turkeys, I'm afraid he'd kill.
He would probably kill the little ones. Yeah.
We're having to be very, very.
But we have the shock collar on it. Usually, if you set it on low, sometimes you can set it where it just buzzes or it beeps.
Yeah, it gets his attention.
It just gets his attention, and that's all he needs a lot of time.
We hadn't put it back on him for a while, so we got to do something.
Frank and Mary said their mountain cur ignores the shock collar. Well, Hank ignored it to start with until I turned it up to about 80.
It took a second.
It didn't take but just a second. He couldn't walk. I mean, he literally laid him on the ground. And he learned real quick.
Now the buzz just.
Yeah, now you just buzz it, and he just like freezes, you know.
He knows what it is.
I'm assuming I can do something with it this fall. Jennifer
she's talking to somebody.
Oh, she's talking to somebody else.
Okay, so we've got some weirdness going on. I'm gonna get through our what we're going gardening so he can talk about the other stuff he wants to talk about with off-grid. Okay, guys, do you see this? This is figs.
This is figs. Normally figs are over for us.
Tomorrow is September the 1st. When do we pick figs? June?
We usually pick figs the 1st of July.
End of June, 1st of July. This is September the 1st tomorrow. Look at these figs. Isn't that awesome?
We have figs ready now.
And this is one close up. Isn't that so pretty? Where do we live? We live in South Mississippi, about 30 miles from the Gulf Coast. And this is the other thing that we have going. Look at this tree.
Look at this. This is a Louisiana oranges. These things are loaded, and they are so good.
Yes, and they'll start turning.
Probably in October.
Yeah, around October.
Yeah.
Usually we pick them the end of October to the 1st of November.
Yeah, we usually pick them October, November. We have some lemons, but we didn't take any picture of the lemons.
Yeah, I didn't get the lemons, but look how loaded. And that's just one piece of the tree.
That tree's probably got, what, 50 or so on it?
Probably.
It had probably 1,000 blooms on it, but a lot of them fell off.
Yeah, we had a freeze that got a lot of it. Okay, so now you can talk about your off-grid. July 4th years ago, their figs were ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What about we want to talk about the pig stuff or?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I forgot that one.
yeah, we cut a deal with the slaughterhouse on our pigs. We had two that we've been wanting to get butchered. We was going to do it here and do a video on it, but I'm so tied up at the cabin, I don't really have time to fool with them. So we took them to the slaughterhouse, and this
And that's
is,
just a portion. Our
yeah,
whole back seat,
that's just my whole back seat looks like that. There's 400 pounds.
it was like 378 or
Yeah,
something. It was almost
right at
400.
400 pounds of pork in the back seat of my truck. And I mean, we had to empty the whole freezer to fill it up with
Yeah.
pork. Now, this is the ham that we had cured. These are the steaks we had cut out of it. Ms. Wanda loves them for breakfast.
I took in, these are before they were cooked. That's what they were looking for. And the picture doesn't do it justice. The light was kind of weird. But they smell awesome. They taste good. And we had pork chops for supper tonight.
Yep, had pork chops tonight.
And it was good. We hadn't done the bacon yet. We've got 4 huge slabs of bacon that Danny's got to do.
Yeah, I've got 4
We've got to smoke
slabs.
at some
Where's
point.
my screen at? Probably. Whoa, there we go. Anyway.
They're what, about 18 inches long or more?
They're probably 2 foot long.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least.
Yeah, because they were sticking way out of the bag. They were probably 2 foot long. They were going. Do I know anything about the malt mill? Delaney, no, I don't know anything about the malt mill.
Yeah, and so we've got sausage that's got to be ground. We just managed to get everything put in the freezer because we had so much going on.
Yeah.
And there's Julie. She said, "Glad you're enjoying everything. Thank you." She did an awesome job on our meat.
Yeah, Julie's the one who done it for us. She done an awesome job.
The pork chops turned out great tonight. I put them in the oven, put onions and bell peppers across it, salt and pepper, cooked it down in its own juices, and it tasted a little bit like beef for whatever reason. It didn't have a strong
Really, I
pork
think it's the way
taste.
we raised it because they
I
were
do too.
basically grass fed. They got very little grain.
Yeah.
The only between two pigs got a half a gallon of grain a day. But they basically just eat grass the rest of the time. And they're bred up pigs. I bred them a specific way, and it was like eating beef. They didn't even taste like pork.
All right, Finest Planet. Okay, I'll figure your name out. Have we ever breaded pork chops? Danny can't have a lot of.
I can't have the gluten. Yeah.
So I was gonna bread them with pecan meal, and I kind of sort of forgot it and did it my way. And then he asked why we didn't have pecan meal on it.
Yeah, I love pork chops, or I love deer steaks. I like anything like that breaded in pecan meal.
Beth asked, did we get much fat off the pig? We didn't get as much off those two as we did, but we've got enough to do.
We've got enough.
20 pints, maybe.
We've got enough to do probably
around 20.
Between 15, probably I'd say 15. Now we did have Julie and them did save the leaf lard for us.
So we're going to do a video on leaf lard.
Yeah.
So many of you have asked what it is, so we're going to do that video sometime.
Yeah.
Soon. Don't. I'm not giving you time.
Nope, not giving it time because we have so much going on. I don't know when we'll do it, but we'll do it before the next 2 or 3 weeks is up. That's for sure.
And then we're going to be doing sausage, and we'll do a video on that.
Yeah, we'll do a video on the sausage. We'll do a video on.
And if we smoke all our bacon and stuff, we're going to do a video on that because we got to smoke bacon at some point.
Yeah, but I wanted to build a new smokehouse.
Y'all, he's just.
Hey. Come on, help me out, y'all. Help me out. I need a new smokehouse. I want to build a new one by the off-grid cabin.
The whole purpose of building the off-grid cabin was, number one, to have that fireplace in it. Number two, to put a smokehouse out beside it.
Right.
Shouldn't he have a smokehouse? Really?
I want a smokehouse over by the cabin. That's what I want.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is eventually, we've got the siding on the off-grid cabin what, 3/4 of the way finished?
Yeah, I
Or
got
better?
something in my eye right now. We probably got 3/4 of it done.
And you want to give them the sneak peeks?
I can give you some sneak peeks of the cabin. Now you can't tell anybody, okay? That's the whole thing.
Patreon is going to get to see, all our patrons are going to get to see what it's looking like probably tomorrow, full scale.
Yeah, our patrons will get to see everything. But,
Yeah.
I mean, we're
We're
gonna
going to give y'all a sneak peek tonight, the tip of the cabin.
Okay, this is just the tip of it now. This is the apex. Okay, we're gonna give you
John
just
Henderson said, "Wait till next year on the smokehouse."
What?
We'd have to hang on to. He's
I
got
got-
a smokehouse, but he's wanting a new.
I want
one.
a new one.
I'm telling you, he wants a smaller.
I
one.
have a different version I want to build. Okay. Okay.
Danny
Anyway,
always has problems.
here we go. We're gonna look at the apex of the cabin. Ta-da! That's the very tip top of our cabin, up high.
He finally finished
I finally
that part.
finished
this
that part.
morning.
It's like 25 feet up in the air, but I finished it.
He finished it this morning. Doesn't that look awesome? Don't y'all like the color so far?
It's oh man, I'm not completely finished. I'm gonna put another coat of brown on it.
It's
I got a
gotta
little
be painted.
caulking to do. I'm gonna put another coat on the logs.
Yes.
But you know, that's the tip top of our cabin.
And then there's one more.
Oh, we got another one here. Give me just a minute. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can.
me on the sky, up high. Keep going, up high.
Oh, is it up high? I'm going in the
Yeah.
wrong direction.
Wrong direction.
There we go.
Okay, y'all. I got up on the scaffolding to help
Wanda's not very good up off the ground.
way up off the ground.
Yeah, she was kind of up high, and she has nothing to hold on to, so that kind of.
I was having to hold on to the wall, and there's nothing
There's nothing
to
on the
grab.
wall to hold on
You're
to.
just touching the wall.
Yeah. So anyway, there's Miss Wanda.
See, I look like I'm on the ground, but
She looks
there's
like-
the roof. Y'all see
You
the
see
roof?
the roof is right above her head. She's actually pretty high up in the air.
How high? Maybe 10
I
or
don't
12
know.
feet.
3 or 4 feet. Maybe. No. No, she's probably 10 feet up in the air.
I was really nervous because I could get up there and I could work for a few minutes. What, about 5 minutes?
She'd work about 5 minutes and get the shakes and have
I'd
to
get
get
to
down.
shaking.
She'd
and
get
I'd go
nervous
down.
and she'd be like, I gotta get down, I'm gonna fall. I said, well, you're not gonna fall unless you just walk off of it.
But I would have to keep looking at my feet to make sure I was still on that scaffolding. And I wasn't getting too far forward or too far backwards. And I would not move my legs. And I think that was part of it. I was getting those, what do you call it, when you stiffen up your legs? You know, and it makes you nervous.
Oh yeah, well, you'll actually pass out if you do that too.
Well, I didn't want to pass out that far up in the air.
Yeah, well, Higgs Rock Farm says, Wanda, don't climb any higher than you want to fall, is what I'm saying.
Well, I was a lot higher than I wanted to fall, believe me.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if you fall 5 feet or if you fall 15 feet or 20 feet. The impact at the bottom is the thing. You know, I mean, you're not going to fall any worse.
Yeah, see, just be careful backing up. See, that was my deal. I didn't want to back up, and I knew I was close to it painting or putting that sealer on, whatever we're doing. And so I got the first coat, and I didn't go any higher than that. Danny finished all the rest himself because once we got to that and I had to reach over my head, I was done. I couldn't hold on.
Yeah,
and
she was trying to paint over her head, and she's like, I'm going to lose my balance. And I told her, I was like, why? What, I mean, I don't understand why you would lose your balance.
You want to tell them why, when we first got married, what you did to me, that I had to learn to get over.
She had to learn to get over the fear of heights. When we put the beams up in our house in here, our ceilings, we have 12-foot ceilings. And we was going to put the beams up, and I had scaffolding set up in my living room.
Yeah.
And she was only 5 foot off the floor.
I know, but still.
And it's a 16-inch wide walkboard. And it's steel.
Still.
And I had to hold her hand and walk her from one side of the scaffolding to the other side so that she would not walk off of it for some reason. I mean, I don't know.
I could not let go and just walk.
She couldn't just let go and walk. I mean,
and
I was
it was
like,
16 feet wide.
it's 16 inches wide. I mean, it's like you walk through the house, you walk straighter than that. You know, I mean, I don't know. I walked 2x4s up in the air.
Yeah. So I was just not able to do that. But since then, he's had me in a neighbor's dome home
Yeah.
working, and I had to learn to walk up and down his stairs and all the balcony with no rail, well, semi-rail, all this stuff. It was freaking me out, and get over being like, I don't know how far up in the air, 2 stories up.
Yeah, we're about 2 stories up in the air. She had to get over the fear of that, walking on a balcony and stuff. Yeah.
That was kind of weird. So I finally got used to it, and I can do it just a little bit. So.
Yeah, Jennifer, her sense of direction pertains to walking on boards also.
Yes.
Yeah, she's directionally illiterate.
Yes, and I admit it.
And she admits it. And she's afraid that when she's supposed to be walking straight, she'll make a right turn and walk off of it.
I probably would. He'd say go straight, and I'd turn left.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work. No. Okay. Anyway, we never did show. We wanted to show this right here. This is our.
That's the big slabs of bacon.
These are our fresh big slabs of bacon. They're wrapped up in things here. We got them in the freezer right now until I get a new smokehouse. Okay, guys, you got to help me, please.
You're gonna get a new smokehouse eventually. I don't know when. The siding, Danny and I were really worried about the siding. When we first looked at it, we knew that's what we wanted. And when we priced it, we were thinking it was way too high. But then when he priced doing it another way and doing it this way,
yeah,
we figured we're gonna have what, maybe $2,500?
$2,500 in all the siding.
In all the siding. So we thought that was really good, and it's something we wanted. It looks good, and we were proud of it. Danny likes putting it up. He said it was really nice siding.
It's the company done. It's called KLUMB is the name of the company. Clumb. It's a very. Well, they have a place here on the coast. Have a warehouse on the coast. It's in Tennessee. The actual plant, I think, is in Tennessee, and they have one in Kentucky. But the company's the material is fantastic to work with. I mean, I had a few boards that had some knot holes in it that went all the way through it, but I was able to cut them little pieces out. And the rest of the boards were actually, it was pretty straight. There was nothing really bowed up really bad or anything like that. I mean, they did a good job, and I had to get on to them the first day, the first load, about the way they banded it.
Yeah.
But after that, it was okay.
Sinclair Page's wife has got another surgery on Tuesday. They did not get all the cancer, so we will remember you in prayer time, your wife and you.
Yeah.
Somebody said, how do you can so much in a day plus work on the cabin and the garden? Do you use more than one canner? No.
No, we don't use but one canner. We're
this morning, Danny and I got up. We went to the cabin. How long we stayed there? 3 hours?
I was at the cabin at 6 o'clock.
And I was there a few minutes.
You was there at a few minutes after 6, and we stayed at the cabin until 10:30, 10 or 10:30 working. Then it got too hot, so we came home.
I came home and I started canning, and I put my first canner on before 11.
Yeah.
Then Danny needed to run to town for a friend, so Amanda came in and we got her to come watch the canner. We took off to town, got what we needed, and came back. The canner was just stopping when we got back. We weren't gone 45 minutes.
About 40 minutes we was gone. 40 to 45 minutes, yeah.
So when we got back, we ate lunch. I started the second canner. You went back over to the cabin late for a little while.
Yeah, I went back over to the cabin. Plus, I went to the neighbor's house to help them with some work.
Yeah. So, guys, we don't sit around.
We never stop.
Well, we do occasionally.
Well,
you had a nap.
I actually had a nap today.
You did have a nap.
Yeah, I actually had a nap in the middle of everything. Yeah.
Then
I went back to the cabin around 5:30 this evening, and I worked until 7:15.
No, you left for a little while.
Oh, I left and went back to the neighbor's house because they needed some help, and then I came back to the cabin around 7, and we sat on the porch till 7:15.
I was at the cabin at, let's see, it was 5:45, and I judged the time. I said, I know we've got a live stream, so I can sit here till 7:30.
Sinclair's giving our secret away.
What is he doing?
He's just...
Okay, Sinclair. They cloned each other. There's really 4 of them.
There's really 4 of us, yes.
Well, Y'all want me to introduce? No. Let's go out and come back again.
We can go out. Me and Wanda can get up, and the other two can sit down.
Yeah. But really, I went over to the cabin and I was going to move my chairs in because I had left two out and it looked like it was going to rain. Well, when I got over there and got my chairs put up and everything, the wind was blowing. And I'm going to put a video up later on Crazy Days, maybe tomorrow, of what me sitting on the porch over there. It was awesome.
It was nice. The wind was blowing about 25 miles
We
an hour.
thought it was going to rain, but it didn't rain.
It was thundering and lightning and everything, but then it never did rain.
If we didn't have the cabin, things wouldn't be so crazy.
Carol says, Danny, do you smoke turkeys in the smokehouse? No.
Nah.
Nah, we don't do that.
We've only done bacon
and sausage. That's the only reason I want a smokehouse. It's just for bacon and sausage.
Now, Beth said if we didn't have the cabin, it wouldn't be so crazy. Yes, it would.
No, it's still crazy.
Danny has a project.
I always have a project going. I never am without a project.
Whether it's fencing, the barn, animals, gardening,
corrals.
There's going to be some project somewhere.
My theory is a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. Yes. You know.
It rained at Gosmanias.
Yeah, we didn't get no rain today.
We got the wind.
We got the wind from it, yeah, which was nice.
It was awesome.
But we could have used some rain because it's been. Oh, you didn't take the picture that I showed you today of this.
Oh, I put it on Instagram.
Oh, you did? It's on Instagram. Okay. Yeah.
So you could tell them about it.
So many people don't believe them when I tell them how hot it is here. So what we've been doing is we've been taking our weather station we look at, and I'm laying my watch up right beside it so you can see the day and the time and see the weather station in the background. Yesterday was 122 heat index. Today was, what, 111? Or 106?
106.
106 today.
Something like that.
Yeah.
At 5 something.
At 5:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about what we're learning about this off-grid?
Well,
number one, it's hot.
It's just bad hot, guys.
In Mississippi, it's hot.
I don't know. You know, I don't know if we'll ever be able to stay in it full time if we don't have some way to have some kind of air movement in it.
Our plan is to have solar.
Yeah.
So, but we do have a generator. So we can use the generator like part-time maybe.
Yeah, we could.
Not all the time.
The thing, the cabin is so well insulated that if we could ever cool it off, we won't have to run anything a lot to keep it cool. Mm-hmm. It's just we've got to get it cool. That's the whole problem. And we do have a small air conditioning system that will run off of my generator. And the generator is hooked up where it can run the house.
Yeah.
But it's just.
We have found out it's hot in Mississippi.
It's hot in Mississippi, guys.
But we're learning things like we have this little mini generator, and some of you may have seen it. We hook a little bitty fan to it, and we keep it going, and it keeps us with a breeze. As long as there's a breeze blowing, we can handle it. When there's no breeze, we can't handle it. So this has been one of the best little investments.
This right here has been one of the best. Where am I at? There we go.
Right there. This
right here has been one of the best investments we've ever had.
It runs the little mini fan for, what, 6 hours?
It's a 150-watt generator. We got a YouTube video on it.
Mm-hmm.
It does multiple things. On the end here, it has USB ports on the end. You can run your computers, your phones. You can charge them off of it. The other part, it has a 12-volt, like a cigarette lighter type plug-in. You can plug something in. The other end, you flip it down. It has a 110 outlet on the other end. It has a flashlight on top of it. I mean, the only thing is it's 150 watts. If we had one that was about 400 watts.
It would do a lot.
The 400 would run all night. This one runs about, what we say, about
4 to 5 hours.
About 5 hours. It runs a fan about 5 hours.
Because we don't use it for anything else. And somebody said we should have done something underground. We already have an underground living facility.
Yeah, we already have an underground one.
So we're not worried about that. We're just trying to figure our little cabin out and how we can live off-grid and make it work. the house here, if our air conditioner goes out, it is hot.
It's stifling hot because it's not designed to be without AC.
Yeah. So we have the cabin for us to learn how to deal with the heat. We're not really cooking over there yet because we don't have a kitchen.
We don't have a kitchen yet.
And so all we're doing is going over, working, sleeping
We'll
occasionally.
sleep occasionally over there at night.
Just trying to learn how to deal with the heat during the day. And so most of the time during the day, we have not managed to stay all day very, very often over there.
Yeah. Oh, they want to know what powers a generator. This generator can be charged by solar. They make a little panel that goes with it. Solar can charge it, or you can plug it up to a generator or an outlet in your house, and it plugs it in about 110 and about what?
Oh, they want to see what it's called. It's AI.
It's an Apier.
AI.
We got a video on it.
PER.
Right there.
They make all kinds of little generators like that. And
that thing is fantastic for like hurricanes or anything like that. If you've got a generator running your deep freeze or something like that, you can plug this thing up while you got the generator running and recharge it. And at night, you don't have to run the big generator and use up all your gas.
Yeah, and this is quiet.
This makes zero noise.
Yeah. All you hear is my little fan. And so we're learning that by leaving the big house, going to the little cabin, we sleep better at night. A lot better.
We sleep a lot better.
There's
no electrical current running through our cabin.
Yeah.
And when we go to bed at night, the magnetic field is created in a house. The EMFs and stuff like that that's emitted, we don't have that in the cabin, and we sleep like 100% better than we do in our own home here.
Yeah, so Gaussmania put up the video for you there if you want to check it out.
Now, before we get too far, we talk about too much, I want to talk about these things here.
Oh, yeah, I had my hat on, but y'all, guess what? It was hot in here, and I had to take it off.
She had to take it off. Now, here's the other one.
This is my hat.
That's her hair.
How do y'all like that?
Look at this. Dog Dad, and on the back it says...
Oh, mine says Wanda.
Hers says Wanda. This one says, let me find it. There we go. It says
Hank and Danny.
Hank and Danny on the back.
So this hat I am loving. I like the pink color. I like it says barn hair. Don't care. I'm really liking this hat. And we got, what'd she send, soap too?
Yep, she sent a bunch of soap.
I think it was Miss Linda. Don't quote me. Names kind of flow through the...
We only got 80-something thousand subscribers.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So then...
thank you, Vicki Lynn.
Denise from Gemini, or Miss Lippy. Let me call her Miss Lippy.
Call her Miss Lippy.
She sent me a message and said that her mother-in-law, Nanny, was going to send us something. So she sent me this, and we did a video. This is the apron for me to wear in the kitchen. And doesn't the blue just go with the pink hat? I think it brings it out. It's going to look good in the kitchen.
Looks good.
Now, she sent Danny something, too.
Yeah. She knew we was going to be in the cabin a lot.
Yes.
So, so what? I'm looking at the comments. That's just funny.
Yeah.
But she sent us these
fire
starters. Now this is a piece of like, what do you call it?
That's like wax paper.
It's like wax paper.
But she said she put the rubber band on and said take it off before, so you don't smell this in your fire. But we've had people ask what's in it, so I know now. Denise told me.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't open it up.
Nope. I'm going to show them.
Okay.
It ain't going to come out.
Oh, okay. As long as it won't come out.
It shouldn't. Okay. Y'all see that? That is dryer lint with a little bit of paraffin wax. You can feel the wax?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's got a scent. You ever smell?
Oh, it smells good in here now. It smells like Christmas or
cinnamon red hots, like a candle at Christmas or something
like
that.
Yeah.
That's what it smells like. So when we burn it in the fireplace, you're going to have that smell, kind of a pine tree in a way, and then it's cinnamon.
It just smells like fall or winter or Christmas time or something like that. It just smells good.
So you put it in there and you light it, or you can put a couple of them.
She said it takes one or two of them to get a fire going.
But
she sent me a whole box of them.
Yeah, we got a whole box. So
yeah, it's like
this many. And so we're going to use these, and we're going to show starting a fire with them. If it ever cools off enough, we can start a fire.
It smells so good in here now, guys. I don't even want to leave the room. Between the pineapple and all this new Christmassy, cinnamony smell.
That's the one scent he said I could use, and he wouldn't be opposed
I love it.
to
I love it. I just love it. I love it.
Oh, I see somebody else says they saved their dryer lint and paper, toilet paper holders. We've got a lot of fat pine lighter.
Oh, we got lots of fat pine lighter. Yeah.
We have how big is that pile?
Ooh.
About 20 feet long and.
No, it's longer than that because we got 2 cattle panels. It's like 32 foot long.
And then how tall?
And probably
6
feet high and probably 15 feet wide across the bottom.
Yeah, we've got lots and lots of. We have done the dryer lint and empty rolls before, and the scent would be great. Yes. Y'all should sell those. Well, I didn't make them.
We didn't make them.
But I guess if I wanted to, I could make a bunch.
Beth wants to know, how are we doing on preparedness?
On preparedness.
I think we're doing pretty good.
We got a lot of food. We got 2 ways to have water. Really 3 ways if you count the stream.
If you count the stream, we got 3 ways of actually getting water.
We have
what we're looking for is a water filtering system. Well, we've looked at the Berkey.
Yeah.
But was it Aquapure?
Something like
that. One of them I looked at anyway. It's actually a little bit better system for the money, and plus
so we haven't bought one
yet. We haven't bought one yet, but we're looking into buying a large one to be able to purify water in the event there's some kind of natural disaster or something happens.
We're used to just having well water and not having to worry with it. So.
But that's where we're at about being prepared. The only thing that we lack is a water purification system that purifies a lot of water if something should happen to our well water.
Yeah. So we have extra clothes. I buy up extra shoes, socks, underwear, things like that. We have all that and extra some stuck up just in case, because as adults, our sizes don't change.
Right.
At least not a whole lot. I keep his older overalls. I don't throw them out. We've got quite a few of those stuck up just in case. I keep blue jeans. We keep a lot of long sleeve shirts and winter stuff, because winter's when you think you'll need more. Toilet paper, what else? Toothpaste, shampoo, probably enough for at least, close to a year?
Yeah.
I would say we're good for probably close to a year.
The question was asked back there, is there any easy way to raise chickens? Well, chickens are probably, other than rabbits, are the easiest other animal to raise. And all you need is just a small cage. I mean, I don't know if you can say there's any way easier than any other way.
Yeah.
Sherry says they have the Aquapure water
Somebody
purification
else said
system.
they have one too.
John Hendrickson says a large Berkey works well and fast. Also, Swamp has a video on how to make your own Berkey filter system.
I think you've watched that
one. I've watched that one, I have. I've actually thought about doing it.
We just hadn't made our mind up on that. But with the cabin, we have it sitting in the living room right now. Let's see if they can guess what is sitting in our living room. Y'all go for it. Something to do with the off-grid cabin. Go for what you think is sitting in our living room.
You got me sitting here thinking, now there's so much stuff in
our... Why did you just get in the living room? You got it a couple of days ago. You actually got it Tuesday with the log siding, the second order of log siding.
Oh, what's sitting in the living room of our cabin?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the living room of our house. I'm like sitting here going like, I don't know what's sitting in it.
Let's see if anybody will guess what is sitting in my living room in the cabin. Scaffolding? Nope.
No. There's no scaffolding in the house right now.
Right now.
A small washing machine that will run on a generator.
No. Actually, we showed it on Patreon. We hadn't showed it on here.
Yeah, we hadn't showed it on Patreon here. Yeah.
We bought the the ringer washer.
We bought a ringer washer. The top of it I'm fixing to rebuild the whole thing though, because it come from Amish country.
Is a man? Nope. A hammock swing? Nope.
Nope.
Well, actually, there is
a hammock swing in there, but that's not it.
That's not it. Berkey, solar light, wood burning stove. Nope, we don't do a wood burning stove.
What am I looking at?
Wood stove. No, we've got the fireplace, so we're not doing a wood stove. Not a Berkey. The tub. No, wash tub. But the tub is close, but it's not that. A table. Nope.
No.
I don't have a picture of it. I wished I had. More log side. Nope, that's on the porch.
That's all stacked up on the porch.
I don't think they'll ever guess what's in the living room.
Probably not in the living room. But that's not where it belongs.
Yeah.
I guess in some places it might be in prison and be in the living room.
Well, the deal is, I'll tell you, a vanity. They were getting close.
They're getting close. A bathtub.
Actually, it's the toilet. The toilet is sitting.
The toilet is sitting in the middle of my living room floor.
See there, Michelle got the toilet.
Yeah, well, I told her, I said the only other place it'd be like in a prison, so that was kind of a hint.
Yeah, no, Danny is going to be putting in a septic and toilet and things like that. We're gonna tell them how we're gonna be using that. We're gonna do a video.
What gets me is everybody that lives off grid thinks you got to do a composting toilet, which is not true. We have a septic tank bought. It's just sitting in the backyard. We got to get a.
I kind of like having something to sit on besides
a bucket.
A bucket.
Yeah. Our good neighbor has a small track hoe we're going to use to dig the hole and get our septic system all put in. But we went ahead and bought an American Standard elongated handicap toilet.
No, you said it wasn't handicap.
Well, it's not handicap. I got to talk to him about that because I ordered a handicap. But we're going to be putting that in, and everybody goes, but you got to have water to flush it. Well, yes. But it's not a big. Katrina taught us a lot. Well, I grew up as a kid doing this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Katrina was one of the wake-up calls.
Katrina was a wake-up call. Basically, a 5-gallon bucket full of water, you can pour some water over in a toilet and it will flush itself. You don't have to have running water to flush it. And besides, right outside the wall of my bathroom is where the water catchment system is going to be going. And I'm going to pipe the water right into it through a screen, and you just be able to flush it like a regular toilet in the house and be off grid at the same time.
See, they're saying outhouse. I want an outhouse. He wants a smokehouse. I want an outhouse.
Well, we'll put them side by side. How about that?
I can smell the smoke while
you can smell the smoke while you use the bathroom.
No. Okay, so I've been wanting an outhouse since we I don't know what we've got going on here. Something's trying to pop up. But I've been wanting an outhouse since I moved here, but we are under international code.
We are.
Here at our house where we're living, if you've got a well, you can't have an outhouse.
Right.
But over there, there's no well. So we can have an outhouse.
We can have an outhouse because we don't have a well over there.
Until Danny decides
Until I decide to drill a well, which I'm probably going to do a video on because I'm going to hand drill one. So
the deal is, if we put the outhouse first, maybe they won't say anything. We're hoping.
Boss Mania says, Danny, just make sure you go in the right one. Yes, because you put them side by side, they look a lot alike. You know, we had to put the moon or the star on the door so you know which one's which. But
a two-hole outhouse was a status symbol. Y'all, I went to many a two-hole outhouses when I was a kid.
Now, what I can't imagine is sitting beside somebody in an outhouse using the bathroom together. I can't imagine that.
We used to do it all the time when I was a kid.
But we were kids. Nobody thought anything about it.
Never thought anything about it. Nowadays, it's like...
And everybody's like, we got to be in private. You know, I mean, we're living in this little private world.
But yet they go in Walmart and there's 50 stalls.
Yeah, but there's stalls.
It doesn't matter.
The two-seater outhouse, there was no divider between you. I mean, I guess you just sit there and carry on a conversation with the person next to you. I mean, I don't know.
I remember they talked while they because I mean, I remember that. Y'all, I'm sorry, we got some.
Oh, well, we got off on a two-hole outhouse thing here.
Yeah. So when you flush a toilet, we've got a regular toilet. We're not putting composting toilet or anything like that. We're gonna have a regular toilet with a small septic, and that's what it's going into. We're going to be using the rain catchment. Yeah. Having water. If we don't have it, we can tote water because we have 2 wells over
We have
here.
2 wells over here, yeah.
So we're covered with that. Put a curtain in between. That would
You
work.
could put a curtain, yeah, you could. You can slide the curtain.
But I just want a single seater so I can go in. I
But
just
the
want
person
one
who
just
was on
because.
the person who was on the side that wasn't next to the door, and you pulled the curtain, would feel like they were hemmed in and they couldn't get out till you finished.
You would have to have a system.
Well, I mean, there's a comment right there. Jeff's got it right. It's not one of those places where you just hung out at. You know,
No.
you went in there, you did your business, and you got out.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those places like we do now, like me or somebody else or my other neighbor. You carry a computer or magazines and all this kind of stuff to the bathroom with you because, you know.
So Amy is asking, do we need a permit to put in a septic? Okay.
In the state of Mississippi, yes, you're supposed to have a permit to put in a septic tank unless you do it yourself and do not hire. But even though you do it yourself, you're still supposed to get the state to approve it.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are certain standards that you have to follow and things like that. Fill lines, all this kind of junk. And we're planning on doing that.
Yeah.
Can't imagine talking while I'm moving. That's just wrong.
Crazy thing is, around our house here, nobody probably ever closes the door when they go to the bathroom anyway. I mean, that's the way it is in most houses.
John Henderson said theirs was, the boys was a 3-holer.
It was a 3-holer. Oh.
That really was uptown. Somebody built them a nice one. No magazine rack for decor in it. Well, if you had a magazine in there, it was a
Well, the thing about it is, but no, this is the bottom line. When you're in an outhouse, there's no electricity, there's no light.
No.
So you're really pretty much in a dark room.
Yeah, you
so
are.
You're not going to be reading anything.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, there was a Sears Roebuck catalog lots of times, but they used it for toilet paper.
Yeah, that's why you're sitting there, you winding up, straightening out, winding up, straightening out.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember that?
To make it soft.
To make it softer, yeah.
Yeah.
And the ink didn't come off of them back then.
Yeah.
Okay, what a topic to be on tonight.
But we're talking off-grid.
Well, I mean, that's part of off-grid living. People think it's nasty, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. But I really do want an outhouse because we want that to be a mini homestead.
We're building a mini homestead on the big homestead.
Yeah. And I want the outhouse and he wants the smokehouse. And we've already got our garden.
Why does this keep coming up?
I don't know. You're going to have to keep clicking it off. It's just being stupid.
It's irritating the heck out of me. I get impatient very fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all probably figure that out about me pretty soon.
Yeah. So what else are we doing with off-grid? We're doing it little by little. We're not spending a lot of money. I know a lot of people think we are, but we aren't. Danny had a lot of stuff here already throughout the years being a carpenter. Yeah. He's doing all the work himself with my help. What else? When we make a little money, we don't go out and eat. We don't.
People always wonder the question is this. We were going to do a video on this, but let's just talk about it for a minute. People ask us how we afford to do everything that we do. Well, the bottom line is this. You can afford to do anything in life you choose to do. It's all about the decisions that you make. It's not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with what money you make.
Yes.
I taught financial courses. I've taught money courses. I've taught people how to deal with finances my whole life. And the bottom line is this. You spend what you make. If you make a little, you spend a little. If you make a lot, you spend a lot. It's just what you spend it on and how you spend it.
Yes.
Now, there are times in life where people make, and I've been one of them, that's made some bad decisions, and it come back to bite you in the butt, and you end up for several years paying for the mistake that you made.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to file a Chapter 11, sometimes a Chapter 13.
Or sometimes you just have to keep
paying forever because you can't get out from under it.
Yeah.
And it is true that sometimes you can get stuck. It's all about being a good steward of what God gives you.
Yes.
God knows what He can trust you with. He's not going to give you something He can't trust you with. If you can't handle money, He's not going to give you money. If money changes who you are, then you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude. The Bible plainly states, the poor you will have with you always. There's always going to be those people who can't handle money.
Yeah.
And Wanda and I, we don't blow money. And when I say blow money, this is my quote-unquote, this is Danny's version of blowing money, okay? To me, blowing money is going out eating. to me, blowing money is sitting here saying, well, I want to go by the dollar store today and look and see what's for sale. Or you're driving through town and you go, oh, they got a sale going on today. Let's go in and see what they got.
Or you go to town regularly and hit every store and just shop.
Or you make more than 3 trips to town a week.
Or you've got habits like
golf, I want a Coca-Cola. I want to drink a Coke today. I want to go play golf today.
You got to go to every ball game.
I got to go to every ball game. Yeah, stuff like that. We don't do none of that.
You got to go to the movies.
We don't. Our life is very bland, okay?
Anybody that comes goes, y'all don't do anything.
Y'all don't do anything. I go, no, we live. That's what we do.
So all our extra money is going on that cabin. Before, all our extra money went on the barn.
Yeah.
Before that, all our extra money went on the fencing.
Yeah.
And so as money comes in, money goes out on what we want it to go on, not necessarily eating out and all this.
Yeah, smoking and drinking. There's another.
Oh, there's another.
There's another one. That's a biggie there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
Now, Coca-Colas. I will buy a Sprite. How often?
Once a month.
Maybe.
Maybe. And that's just a 16-ounce one.
Yeah. So I'm not buying Cokes and bringing them into the house and drinking Cokes every day. I used to. There was a time, not with Danny and I, but years ago, that I bought Cokes every week and I drank at least 1 2-liter a day of Cokes. So that adds up. 7 of those a week.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to add up.
Sinclair said, I made a bad decision once, wound up with a black eye. You know what, Sinclair? I've been guilty of the same thing. Going to school and being a young man, you know, you're 12 feet tall, you're bulletproof, you know. But I can honestly say, and I can honestly say this with all honesty, I've only ever had 1 black eye in my life. And I gave it to myself. Oh. I can honestly say that. I have never lost a fight and had a black eye.
Yeah. So what we've been doing with ours is taking what we have and using it wisely.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rich.
You don't have
I've
to
never
be
been rich in my life.
Well, I have been, but I'm not now.
Well, cancer got yours.
Yeah.
I've never had extra money for anything, and still don't have it. And I watch every dime that comes in. I pay bills first.
Yeah.
Always.
Always pay your bills first.
Every bill gets paid first.
Never. Well, I won't get into financial.
We're supposed to be talking about all three
cabin, but never make a monthly note that's more than what you make in 1 week's paycheck.
Yeah.
That's rule number 1 to being successful financially.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We just kind of watch, and like even with building the cabin, Danny had been saving for years. He knew he wanted a cabin.
Yeah.
So every time something come up, he's sticking some things back.
I've been doing this for years, just sticking little things back in my barn because I knew
before
one day.
You and I.
Yeah, even before Wanda and I married.
Yeah.
I knew one day in my life I wanted to have a cabin.
Yeah. So when we took the fireplace out of our house, we put it on our front porch for almost 2 years. No, maybe 3.
3. It's like almost 3 years.
About
fireplace
3 years.
Set on our front porch.
We had a fireplace on our front porch, and y'all, I really wanted to get rid of that fireplace, but we didn't. We hung on to it. That fireplace is going to be the focal point of our cabin inside.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost us a dime. It cost him originally.
It cost me originally.
Like 18 years ago.
No, it cost, about
15 years
about
ago?
15 years ago, I spent about $4,000 on it.
Yeah. So he bought it years ago. We used it here in the house. He did for many years. And then it's going in the cabin. It is in the cabin.
It is in the cabin.
So it didn't cost us anything. If you've got to go buy that system, it's going to cost you dearly. Probably a lot more than $4,000.
Probably more than that now, because it's the largest one they make.
So things like that have been in place.
Yeah.
And when you see things on sale, or you have, like if you're a carpenter,
right,
you can save the pieces from your jobs and pieces and things like that.
Well, even at that, lots of times I drive down the road and you see where they're remodeling a house and they'll put things like molding and stuff outside the road for the county to pick up or the city to pick up and haul off. if it looks like it's in decent shape, I'll just stop and get it and bring it home and stick it up in my barn, because you can always putty the holes as long as it ain't busted up or something. You can make it look like brand new again.
Yeah. So a lot of the things that we have.
I've got a chandelier hanging over my front door that came out of a very rich neighborhood that was thrown in the ditch of the road for the county to pick up.
It's here in our house.
It's hanging in my house.
Everybody thinks that Danny's spent a lot of money on that thing, and he picked it up side the road, refurbished it just a little bit, and put it in the foyer. And it's gorgeous. But it didn't cost him, what, a dime? Or
it didn't cost me nothing.
You didn't have to replace any parts.
Well, I had some parts I had to replace on it, but I built them in the shop.
Out of junk.
Out of stuff, because I have all kind of fabrication stuff. I can build anything just about, you know.
Yeah. So it helps to be a carpenter, number one, because Danny doesn't have to hire anything done.
Well, I'm a mechanic, I'm an electrician, I'm an air conditioning guy, I'm a cabinet builder, I'm a plumber.
A gardener.
I'm a gardener. I mean,
he can do just about anything.
I can do just about anything.
Now
I've even flew an F-16 simulator. So, I mean...
I'm not getting a plane with you.
Well, I wouldn't get in a plane with me either, but I flew it successfully. I never crashed it. Yeah.
That was a simulator.
Yeah, but it would have still crashed if I'd have done something wrong.
Okay, we off topic.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how we're affording the cabin.
Yes.
Piece by piece
by piece.
So we're getting.
We never purchase more to go on the cabin than what we can pay back in a month.
Yeah, so we're doing okay. We're rich in friendship. Yes.
Yes.
We are very rich.
Very
Debbie
rich
and I
in
claim
friendship.
all the time we are very rich. He's a king and I'm the queen.
And I'm a true king.
He's a true king.
I am really a true king.
And for those of you that don't know, our last name is King. It's
Yes.
a play on words. And so I tell my granddaughter she's a princess.
Yeah.
She loves it. So.
But I did come from a line of kings in France.
Yeah, if you run back the king name.
If you run my name back, I do go back to the royalty from France.
France and England that were kind of intertwined in there.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a long line, but
my line was the brother that didn't get the throne, and they told him he had to leave and go to the Americas.
Sort of, kind of, yeah, that's what happened. And then we have a heavenly Father that is very rich.
Well, the thing about it is I tell a lot of people my dad is rich.
Yes.
When I say my father,
yes.
I tell a lot of people a lot of times, they go, I don't know how you afford what you afford. I said, well, my father's rich. And I'm speaking about my heavenly Father. Because
yes.
he says in James, you have not because you ask not.
And we had one of our sons talk to us about that.
And I ask. I believe that anything I want, I can have.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much, sometimes you need to be careful what you ask for. Because
exactly.
sometimes God gives you what you ask for, and it ain't what you want.
Or what you need.
Or what you really need. So
you have to be very careful, but we do tell people that we are rich because our Father owns everything.
He owns everything. And what he told David, he said, on the cattle of 1,000 hills, even on the hills that the cattle's on.
Yes.
Yes.
So
and if you're children of the King, why can't you have what you want? Because you're a child of the King.
Now that doesn't mean you're going to get everything.
Doesn't mean you don't get everything you want, but he says he would give you whatever you need.
Yes.
I needed a cabin.
Y'all.
Okay,
it's hard to argue with them sometimes.
Ah! Okay.
Yes. Okay, so we get a little sidetracked. We're supposed to be talking about off-grid, and
well, we're talking about
off-grid. All directions here. Okay.
I agree with Vicky Lynn.
I do too. Yeah. I'd rather be richer in the kingdom of God than earthly material things. Yep. Yes.
All this stuff's just going to go away one day.
And y'all,
I'd rather lay up my treasures where the moth and the rust can't get them.
And if something happens tomorrow that we don't have any money or we are not able to go do anything, Danny and I lived here almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Without going to town, without buying anything, except once a month.
Once a month. We went to town once a month. Yeah.
We spent just a little bit on groceries and the necessities.
Yeah.
We lived for 3 years on less than $500 a month. Most of the time, less than $300 a month. And if you don't think that's tough, try it. We did not have a house note. We did not have a car note. We did not have insurances or anything like that.
No.
All we did was paid a power bill, a phone bill, and what else? Bought groceries.
Bought groceries. A little gas to go to town.
And a little bit of gas. That was
Yeah.
it. That's all we spent. And
Let
so
me
we
see
know
here.
how to be frugal. We did
Yeah.
it for 3 years.
Sharon C says, if you walk in his Yahuwah's will, is what the word says. Sharon, every day I walk outside, I lift my hands up in the air and I say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'mitzvotah b'tzivanu el hadlik shir Shabbat, or on the Sabbath I do the Shabbat. But I mean, I say those things every day because blessed art thou, our Lord, our God, King of the universe, who has created everything. I mean, I praise him every day. I praise him.
Now somebody asked about the tractor. Danny and I did. He has an old, what is it called?
A Belarus.
A Belarus. He has used that tractor religiously until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And when we started being able to afford a note, we did make a note on the tractor because we knew that if something happened and we couldn't pay it, they'd come get the tractor. That's not a big deal to us.
Not a big deal to me.
So we've been religiously working with the tractor. Yes, we've had to change tractors. We started with an LS, now we have a Kubota, and he's loving the Kubota. So we do have a tractor note.
Yeah.
And we don't mind that because that's not.
But it's a note that can.
It's a note we had to have.
It's a note that can be liquidated.
Yes.
See, anytime you buy anything and you go in debt for something that you truly need, it needs to be something that can be liquidated and get out from under it.
And two, we had to have a tractor.
We needed a tractor with a front end loader on it.
Everything we do around here was beginning to wear on us physically.
Yeah.
We were using, like, toting buckets and putting them in the truck and having to take them, and then or we would use the lawnmower with the trailer, and we were trying to haul things back and forth, like dirt and stuff, in buckets. And we were having to take a shovel, dig in, fill the buckets, and take them places. The tractors made our lives 100% easier.
It has.
It's well worth every dime.
Well worth every dime. Well, it saves our back.
Yes.
Plus, when we built the cabin, we've used it. As y'all seen in the videos, we stood the walls with it when we've done everything.
And that was the LS.
That was the LS before we got the Kubota, yeah.
And so we love the LS too. We just had some issues with a lot of them. So
yeah.
So that's where we're at now. For 3 years, we did not have money to do anything.
Right.
Now we have a little bit, and we use it wisely.
Use it wisely.
And if we go back to having none, we go back to having none.
Like the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul in the Scripture says, I've learned how to live with a little, and I've learned how to live with much.
And to be happy.
And to be content in whatever state I'm in.
Yes. Yes, my single mom's life 7.
Tractors are a God's gift. Yes, they are.
Yes, because it really has made our life easier.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything else that we have not?
I don't think we have, because we're running way over our time. We was
Well,
a little bit late getting started, but we went over our time a little bit.
Yeah. And
Sharon says, walk in the Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Walk in the Ruach. Yes, I love that.
Okay, so I don't know that she's in here tonight, but I wanted to mention, if she comes back and watches, Miss Sarah from Future Dreams to Reality. She turned 21 today.
Oh, Miss Sarah turned 21 today. Okay, guys, there's a few things we got to pray. A few things I want to mention. We want to remember the mass shooting in Texas a while ago. Midland, Texas, and Odessa, Texas had another mass shooting. I know of 5 people that were killed. There was like 21 or so injured. We want to remember them. We want to remember one of our subscribers, very dear friend of Wanda's and mine, been to our house several times. Ms. Nikki Stanley passed away this week due to cancer.
We've asked
at a young age.
For a long time.
She was very young, but she's in her 30s.
She might have turned 30.
Might have turned 30.
31.
31,
I'm not
somewhere
sure,
like that.
somewhere close.
Left behind her husband, Fred, who's now having to deal with his dad who has cancer, having to take him to treatments. Want to be sure and remember them, because it's just Nikki and Fred were special to Wanda and I.
almost like
They're
YouTube
almost,
children.
they're
We
almost
call
like
them
we call them our
children.
YouTube kids, yeah. And
Yeah.
anytime we lose anybody, it's very.
This has been two of our
favorite
subs we've lost.
We've
this
lost
year.
this year. We lost Ms. Amy, and now we've lost Ms. Nikki this year.
And
we've lost others. One from Connecticut we lost.
Yes.
We've lost
several ladies.
Several of our subs this year. We really.
I think all of them have been ladies.
They've all been women. I told Wanda, I said, it seems like everybody that's passing away now are women. And I hate that, but I mean.
Yeah, and so.
I could go into a thing about that, about a curse of a nation, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Porch time. Not today. Not this time.
Not this time, no. But
there are a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things
going on.
A lot of sicknesses going on, a lot of illnesses, a lot of financial issues going on. People, I have lots of people who contact me. Have people who want me to do speaking engagements and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot. I have a lot on my shoulders right now, but that's okay.
Yes.
It's perfectly fine.
The Hurricane Dorian.
Fixing to hit. Well, I don't know if it's actually going to hit Florida, but it's going to come close.
The coast.
I think it will probably hit the outer banks of North Carolina. More than anything. Depends on what the weather does. Depends on the cold fronts and how they play out. Andrea Mills. Oh, that's right. Miss Andrea passed away. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Left behind a husband and kids. Yes. Guys, there's the food shortages that we're fixing to face in this country. We're in the latter days of an age. Now, please, like I mentioned on Porch Time, understand what I'm saying. I did not say it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
I said it's the latter days of an age.
Which happens to places all the time. It's been happening throughout history. And things can change in a heartbeat. I mean, even in Florida, look at what could happen going up the East Coast. It could change all their gardens.
If the cold front doesn't do what it's supposed to do when it's supposed to do it, the thing could just come ashore.
And it's going to change y'all's lives.
It would change the people in Florida, the Floridians' lifestyle for years, because people in North Carolina are sending me messages going, I hope it don't come here because we're not even built back yet.
Yeah,
we're still living in tents. We're still having our house repaired. And look, we lived through Katrina. We totally understand. Completely.
So life-changing events can happen, but this food thing is, if you're not paying attention, your packages are getting smaller, the prices are going up. Danny and I don't buy a lot of food, but when we go into the grocery store, and I've been making an effort in the last few weeks to keep an eye on things. Every box I used to buy is smaller.
Yeah.
The price is doubled. So if that is not a price increase, I don't know what it is. So that's it. You may not look at it as a food shortage, but the Bible talks about.
The Bible talks about it. Yeah.
It's going to take you a lot of money to buy your food, and it's happening. It's just going to keep getting worse.
Jackie Bird says, "How long for the food shortage?" Jackie, they're saying 2020 to 2021 will be really bad.
Yeah.
And after that, it's going to be really bad after that. But that's going to be when it really begins to.
Yeah.
Next year and the next year are when it's going to just start escalating if something massive doesn't happen. But anyway, we've been on here an hour and 10 minutes now. So
you guys, if you will, put your prayer request up.
And look, guys, don't just depend on me to pray for them. I mean, y'all pray for them too, because God loves for His throne to be bombarded with prayers. So, Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to tell you how much we love you, how much we appreciate what you do for us on a daily basis. I thank you for loving us. I thank you for giving to us. I thank you for meeting our needs. I thank you for being there when we need someone to talk to. I thank you for being there when we need someone just to cry with, or to just be silent and to be still. You tell us to do that. You tell us to be still and know that I am God. And sometimes we have a problem with just being quiet and listening. And Father, forgive us for that. And forgive us where we fail you and where we fail our fellow brothers. And Lord, we think about the families that's lost loved ones. Ms. Nikki that's passed away, Lord, that's very devastating to us, leaving behind a husband, and now he's having to deal with a dad who has cancer. And Ms. Ashley just lost her dad here a while back, one of our YouTube friends. And Lord, and we lost Amy this year, and I could just keep going. Lord, it's sad when we lose people, but Father, if they're in the kingdom of heaven, then where they're at is better than where they were. And Father, we think about, I saw a comment about someone who's having side effects from their medication. Father, I pray that you can ease those side effects up and help them to be able to regain their health and their strength. And Lord, for the shooting victims this evening in Midland and Odessa, I pray for the families that's lost loved ones there. I pray that they can find peace and some kind of closure, Lord, because the shooter, they said, was actually taken he was taken out. But it still doesn't fill the void. And I pray for those families. And the ones that's injured, I pray for all of them. And Lord, for those that's in the path of the hurricane, I pray that, Lord, you'll be good enough to this country and to those people in Florida and South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, all up through there, Lord, that you'll let the thing stay out in the ocean and not ever even come ashore. Send the cold front down a little faster, Father, sort of push it on out. And Lord, we just want to pray for those that are having financial issues and financial burdens that's happened to them. Give them the financial resources they need, but Lord, only give it to them in the amount that they can handle. And then, Father, help us to rest comfortable tonight so that we can rise up tomorrow to continue to do your will and to be able to raise our hands up in the air and bless you and not forget the Ruach or the Holy Spirit, Lord, because it is part of the Trinity and it is what works within us now. So we ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
All right, so I'm not sure. Somebody said I've noticed that also, Wanda, but I don't know what they're talking about and what part of because if you can click in and you may be way back in our conversation, so I'm not sure.
Richard actually puts up a good concept of it, something I was going to talk about, but it's not a food shortage, the fact that we're being shorted on food in the store because we're having to pay more money for smaller amounts of stuff, so we're being shorted on our food. So it technically is a food shortage.
Yeah, because they're cutting down they're cutting what you can get.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Walmart's even cutting the brands. Used to there may be 6 or 8 different brands. Now you're lucky if there's 3. And then when Danny and I were in there the other day, he said, "Look at these shelves. Everything was pulled to the front.
There was nothing behind it.
Nothing behind it. So the first 10 people that come through get those 10 items. There's nothing there. So who's getting shorted? It's the 11th and 12th person that comes through.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know, where'd you get your cap? I'll subscribe.
I think I think Miss Linda. I see there Linda too, but I believe her name was Linda, sent this, and Danny, he's got a cap and some soap this week. So,
all right.
My nose is itching.
Your nose is itching?
Who's coming?
Well, I don't know.
Somebody's coming.
Well, we know Amanda's coming back tonight, but we don't know.
Gossmania maybe tomorrow.
Gossmania tomorrow.
Yeah. Y'all, we're going to have a video with Gossmania at some point in the future. Hopefully this week. We'll see.
I thought we'd have one last week, but we didn't.
But we're working on it. We're going to get there with it eventually. It'll probably hit hard after the holidays. Yes.
Yep. You're right, Albany.
Probably during the holidays because everybody's looking to buy a lot of food and really cook for the holidays. I look for it to be really expensive.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of pork, like 400 pounds of pork.
A lot of it.
No, it's quite 3-something, but we have a lot of pork.
We have a lot.
Somebody's going to be eating pork a lot. So, guys, we got to go.
We got to go.
We're going to the cabin.
See you guys in the next video.
Thank you for stopping in. Bye.